You're planning your India trip, hotel booked, family WhatsApp group buzzing, itinerary half made, but the government has a list for you and it does not care about your schedule. Most NRIs land, spend the trip with family, fly back thinking everything is fine. Then months later, sometimes years, a notice shows up. A bank account gets frozen, a property sale falls through, a penalty that has been quietly compounding into lakhs. Every single one of those problems had a 20-minute fix while you were right there in India. I'm walking you through 10 things every NRI needs to sort out on their India visit. Some of them can actually start before you board. Step 7 is the one that protects everything else. Most NRIs leave it for the next time. That next time never comes. By the way, I'm Nikhil. I'm a chartered accountant by profession with nearly 2 decades of experience with EY, PwC, and one of India's top wealth management firm before launching my own startup. This is Finicky, where I simplify money the same way I practice it. So let's get into it one by one. Step 1, update your PAN card. The income tax department has been busy on your behalf, sending notices, calculating TDS, updating records. It's been doing all of this as if you never left India. Your residential status still says resident Indian. Your address is still wherever you lived before you moved. The system kept running, and while it did, TDS has been deducted on your bank interest, possibly at the wrong rate. Notices have gone to your old address, notices you have never seen. By the time you find out, maybe when you see the pile of letters on your next visit, the penalty has already grown into something you don't want to deal with. So, while you're in India, actually you can do it anytime, whether in India or outside. Log into the income tax portal and check your PAN. Verify the name, date of birth, address, and update it to your current overseas address. Then update your residential status to NRI. This changes how TDS is calculated on your Indian income, and it can save you meaningful money. If your PAN shows as inoperative, which has happened to thousands of NRIs because the system incorrectly flags them for not linking to Aadhaar. Two options. Email the IT department with your passport, visa, and overseas address proof to get your NRI status restored, or link your Aadhaar to reactivate it. Under the Income Tax Act, an inoperative PAN triggers TDS at 20% or applicable rate, whichever is higher. Every time interest is paid onto your accounts, every time a transaction goes through, money is quietly leaving. Most people have no idea until they look closely. Get it fixed, move on quickly. Step 2, close your old savings account. I know, bear with me. Under FEMA, the Foreign Exchange Management Act, the moment you become an NRI, you're legally required to either convert your resident savings account into an NRO account or close it. Keeping it open is a violation of the regulations. Fines run up to 3 times the account balance or 2 lakhs when amount is not quantifiable. Plus, there's a fine of 5,000 every single day it continues. Most NRIs don't do this because it feels convenient. Auto debits are running, family can dip into this if something comes up. I get it, but convenience and legality are two different things here. Walk into your bank account with your passport, visa copy, OCI card, or overseas address proof. Tell them you are an NRI now. Most branches will convert into an NRI account the same day, or they'll accept the application and things will get processed while you are there or gone back. Also, when you visit the bank and you're still there, open an NRI account if you already haven't. This is where the foreign incomes belongs. Interest on NRI accounts is tax-free in India, and the money is fully repatriable, no friction moving it back abroad. Your NRI account, by contrast, gets hit with 30% TDS on interest. If you're parking money in the wrong account, you're paying for it. Before you leave the branch, go through every auto debit mandate. EMIs, insurance premiums, SIPs, anything linked to your old account will bounce the moment you close it. And reconnecting everything takes longer than you would actually expect, especially if your registered number has changed. Now, before you go further, if this is already making you think of things that you have been putting off, hit the like button and subscribe. You'll want to get this notified for the next ones too. Now, step 3. Fix your DMAT account and mutual funds. SEBI doesn't allow NRIs to hold resident DMAT accounts. That's just the rule. If you've been an NRI for 2 years and your DMAT account still says resident Indian, you are in violation. You might think nothing will happen because you haven't told anyone. But your DMAT account is linked to your PAN, your bank account, your KYC records. These systems gets cross-checked during a KYC update, a bank status change, a compliance review. When it surfaces, your brokers can actually freeze the account. Selling from a non-compliant account creates problems you don't want. Again, what are the options? You can either convert or close the resident DMAT account. Open a new NRI DMAT account linked to your NRE or NRO account. Transfer your holdings. This needs to happen in person in most cases. Brokers will want your passport, visa, and NRI bank account details. Mutual funds have the same issue. Your KYC records and your FAT card declaration needs to show that you're an NRI. If you don't, SIPs can actually stop without any warning at all. If you're investing directly, contact the mutual fund house, or if you're working with a wealth manager, you can reach out to them as well and submit the combined KYC form with your overseas address. Get it updated. If you're using any portal for these investments, they may also help you in this regard. Do reach out to them and make sure the SIP's auto debit is now linked to your NRO account going forward. One more thing, if you have large amounts in NRO fixed deposits, you're losing 30% to TDS every year on that interest. Deposit in NRE accounts, it's tax-free, and growth-oriented mutual funds or ETFs might work better for you as well. Tax only hits when you sell, so the money compounds in the meantime. This is worth a proper conversation with your CA or financial advisor rather than making a decision on the fly. Step 4, update your nominations. This one doesn't get enough attention, and it actually should. The IRDA found that unclaimed life insurance in India has crossed over 35,000 crores. Not because people stopped paying premiums, because nobody updated a form, a nomination field left blank, or with someone's old address and a number that no longer exists, and the family left with no idea that money was even there. With unclaimed bank deposits and shares in DMAT account, this number goes beyond 1.5 lakh crores. Your bank accounts, fixed deposits, life insurance policies, mutual fund folios, DMAT accounts all have a nomination field. If your nominee is still whoever you added 15 years ago and circumstances have already changed, you've got a problem waiting to surface. Go to each bank branch and update the nominee details in person. For NRE and NRO accounts, this is particularly important. Those funds can only be repatriated by a legal heir or a nominee. Update nominations on your mutual fund folios and check your life insurance policies. If you have moved abroad and your policy is with an Indian insurer, confirm it's still valid for overseas residents. Some aren't, some don't cover you outside India at all. This just takes few hours spread across your trip. Skipping it can cost your family years. Step 5, your Aadhaar needs attention. Here's something most people don't catch until it causes a problem. Your Aadhaar is probably linked to an Indian mobile number you haven't used in years. That number has since been reassigned. Telecom companies do this routinely with inactive prepaid numbers. Someone else now has that SIM, and every OTP going to your bank account, your income tax login, your SEBI verification is going to them. That's not hypothetical, it's how these things actually work. Since 2023, UIDAI recommends biometric update every 10 years, not mandatory, but it's recommended. If your Aadhaar is older than that and you haven't updated it, you may start hitting verification failures. While you're in India, get the linked mobile number changed to the one you currently use. Update your address to your overseas address, doable on the My Aadhaar portal, but phone number update and biometric updates needs a physical visit to an Aadhaar Seva Kendra. If you don't have an Aadhaar, you are exempt from mandatory PAN linking as long as you've not been in India for more than 182 days in the previous year. But if you do have one, don't leave it sitting there unattended. Step 6, get a full health checkup. The numbers here are pretty stark. A specialist consultation in India costs somewhere from 500 to 2000. The same appointment in the US, UK or Australia, if insurance doesn't cover it fully, it's easily 5 to 15 times more than that. An MRI at a private center here costs around 10,000 to 25,000 or more. Without proper coverage abroad, the same scan can cost you 40,000 to a lakh or even more. And in public systems like the NHS or Canada's, a non-emergency specialist can be weeks away, sometimes even months. That queue doesn't exist in India. But here's what I think gets missed the most. When did you actually last sit in your parents' doctor's office? Not got an update over the phone, not heard a second-hand summary, actually sat there, asked questions, understood what's going on with their health. For most NRIs, this visit is the one chance a year to do that. Get a full body checkup for yourself and your spouse. Get dental work done far cheaper here. Update your prescription and make time to sit with your parents' doctors in person and actually understand what's happening. Also on their insurance, if the coverage feels thin, look at a super topper policy. It costs less than increasing the base cover and gives meaningful protection when hospitalization cost climbs. And also check whether their current plan covers if they travel abroad. Most Indian health insurance plans don't extend beyond emergency coverage. If your parents travel, it's worth checking this properly. Step 7. Sit with a CA and a lawyer. If you have a property, rental income, bank interest, investments, a share in a family business, or any Indian income, you need a CA who works specifically with NRIs. Not someone general, someone who knows the double taxation avoidance agreement, Form 15 CACB, repatriation rules, non-resident filings. See, India has double taxation agreements with the US, UK, UAE, Canada, Australia, and many other countries. These govern exactly how your income gets taxed across borders. Without someone who understands them, you could pay tax twice or underpay and find out later through a notice. Even if you had zero Indian income last year, a CA can go through your records, spot anything that looks off, and make sure you're clean before you fly back. Now, the part most people would rather skip. If you own assets in India, you need a will, not eventually in this trip. If you die without one, your assets go through succession laws, and your family sitting abroad dealing with laws could spend years in legal proceedings just to access what was actually meant to be theirs. While you're here, you also draft or update your Indian will, review your power of attorney, make sure it's specific, registered, and still valid, not some old document that may not hold up. Check any ongoing property matters in person, and do this one practical thing that costs nothing. Create a shared folder, be it a Google Drive, Dropbox, anywhere secure, with all the key documents: will, POA, property papers, insurance policies, investments. Share it with one person in the family you trust. When something urgent happens, nobody should be scrambling to find the paperwork. Step 8. Manage your property. NRIs lose property deals every year, not because of the market, but because paperwork wasn't sorted when they were right here in India and could have actually sorted it out easily. If you own a flat, a plot, a villa, and your main update channel is WhatsApp messages from a broker or a builder, you don't really know what's going on. One thing that regularly gets missed: the occupancy certificate. If your under construction property is now ready, go and see it yourself. Ask for the OC. Check the RERA status. Without a valid OC or occupancy certificate, the property can't be legally occupied, and selling it later becomes a complicated process. From abroad, unpaid property tax, electricity dues, maintenance arrears, a tenant issue with a notice you never received, none of it feels urgent until you try to sell and find out it's actually blocking the whole transaction. For each property on this visit, check that all property taxes are paid and verify the receipts on your city's municipality portal. Make sure electricity, water, and maintenance accounts are settled and in the right name. Update society records with your NRI status and current address. If it is rented, check that the agreement is registered and that the rent is going to your NRO account. If you plan to sell, gift, or manage remotely after this trip, get a specific registered power of attorney drafted before you leave. Old generic POAs are not valid for sale. It may actually hold up for renting, and you don't want things not holding up when they actually need it. Step 9. Open a joint account with your parents. Most NRIs I have speak to haven't even heard of this, and the ones who know keep putting it off. RBI guidelines let NRIs open joint account with resident close relatives, parents, grandparents, siblings, under what's called as a former or survivor structure. Your parents are the primary holders. The account works exactly as it always has for them. They use it day to day. Nothing changes. If they pass away, you automatically become the sole holder. No court, no legal process, no waiting. But you will be a legal beneficiary only if your parents also mention this as part of their will. By law, nominee is just a custodian, but with a will, you become the legal beneficiary as well. If you're regularly sending money home, this also removes the friction. Instead of transfer fees and exchange rate timing every time there's something urgent, the money is already accessible. There are restrictions on using this account for investments, so talk to your bank and your tax advisor before you set it up. But for managing family finances day to day, it works. Step 10. Activate your Indian mobile number. Now that the legal and financial work is done, this last one seems small. It isn't. Every account we have talked about today, bank, PAN, Aadhaar, DMAT, mutual funds, UPI, is tied to one Indian mobile number. OTPs for banking, income tax portal access, SEBI and RBI communications, all of it runs through that number. A prepaid SIM, that goes unused for 90 to 180 days gets deactivated. The number gets recycled, reassigned, and now someone else is actually receiving your OTPs. Telecom companies do this routinely. Once that number belongs to someone else, your account are at risk. Go into your telecom provider store on this visit, switch to postpaid. Postpaid numbers stay alive as long as the bill is paid. Set up an auto pay from your NRE or NRO account. That's it. And also check whether your SIM needs biometric re-verification. This also has come up periodically and it's worth sorting it out while you're there. Takes a couple of hours and locks down access to almost everything. India trips are precious. They are also finite. Most NRIs get maybe 1 or maybe 2 a year. Every hour spent chasing a FEMA issue or tracking down a property document is time that wasn't spent with the people you came back for. Sorting this from 10,000 kilometers away, different time zone, no way to be physically present is genuinely hard and avoidable. See, the goal isn't just to be compliant. It's to come home without dread, to actually sit at the dinner table, not half present, not with a running list in the back of your head. That's what one properly used India trip buys you. If this helped, share it with every NRI you know who's actually planning a trip home. Drop your questions in the comments if there's anything specific you're stuck on, and I'll actually pick it up in the upcoming video. That's it from me. I'm Nikhil. Subscribe to learn how to make your finances less tricky with Finicky. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.